finishing the day higher after the Fed rules out a 75 basis point rate hike. So after today's nearly 3% rally, what are investors to do? Let's ask two of them. Hightower's Stephanie Link, Cerity Partners' Jim Lebenthal. It's good to have you both with us. Jim, look, the market's up 900 some odd points. I said, give me Jim Lebenthal. The guy's been the loudest person on the network saying, well, you bears don't know what you're talking about. The economy's strong. The Fed can handle this. Now what's your take? Is this sustainable?
The answer to that question is going to take a few days. And, you know, Scott, I love the tweet. I got a kick out of it that you put on a little while ago. It made me go reach for these, but I can't put them on just yet. We need a couple of things. We need to see the labor force participation rate pick up on Friday, and we need to see CPI next Wednesday come in below expectations. It's been a long time since that happened. Now, listen, CPI expectations for next week are 8.2%. And if that comes in at that level or higher, I think you can expect Jim Bullard to go back on his nationwide tour, despite what Jay Powell said. This is a Fed that can and will pivot. So really, to confirm this rally, you need to see that inflation has peaked, which I believe it has, for a lot of reasons that may be esoteric economic reasons, inventory to sales, prices paid, those sorts of things in the regional Fed surveys, but they matter. And I think inflation has peaked, but I got to wait till Wednesday to really confirm it and put these little gems on.
Yeah, okay. You're not ready to go full Top Gun Tom Cruise just yet, for those who are not on Twitter, and not everybody's on Twitter. But Stephanie Link, okay, we know what the Fed is likely to do in the meetings ahead. Is that enough cover to actually put something together in the market, or do we have to come to grips with the fact that the Fed is going to tighten and they're going to do as much as they have to do? And Powell was explicit about that. We'll do more if we have to do it.
Yeah, actually, that was, I think, one of the most important comments that he made, that they're going to be data dependent after they get to neutral policy of 2.25, 2.5 by September. That's what the Fed funds futures are pricing in anyway. But he said nimble, he said flexible. So I don't think that this is the all clear. I think we're going to stay choppy. And I agree with Jeff Gundlach about inflation. And I actually also agree with Jim on inflation maybe at the peaking stage. There's no question about it. You have easier comparisons going ahead. However, I do think inflation is going to stay elevated. We still have the war, and we still have a Fed that's not proven to be able to engineer a soft landing. So I just still think we are going to be kind of in this choppy range. I'm encouraged by the economic data. I'm going to be watching the wage number on Friday for the non-farm payroll numbers. That's a big one, too. I'm sure Jim is as well. I'm encouraged about earnings. So I have to be a little bit more balanced at this point, because I really don't know. And there's just none of us know if the Fed can do this.
Peak doesn't mean go away, Jim. Peak just means stop going up. And let's not confuse the two. It doesn't mean if inflation has indeed peaked that the Fed's job all of a sudden becomes much easier. It's still going to be hard to break inflation on where it is now and keep the economy intact in the process.
Yeah, I think that's a fabulous point, Scott. The good news is, for bulls like me, is that expectations for inflation are really, really high. So, you know, I threw out that 8.2% number for next week. That's a really big number. What if it comes in with a 7 handle? I mean, I think the market's going to rejoice on that. And what people are looking for is by no means a return to 2 or 3%. But if we, by the end of the year, got this thing down to 4 or 5%, as far as the starting number, that would be something that would indicate that the Fed does have it under control. So if you get a trajectory towards those numbers, that's all the market needs to see. I really do want to say that this is it, today was it. I just feel like we need a little more data. But the only mistake that I could be making here is being early, and I'm willing to make that mistake.
All right. I won't call you Maverick just yet. I won't do it. We'll just wait. We'll see what happens. It's Farmer Jim Lebenthal. Stephanie Link, I appreciate it as well. We'll see both of you again soon.